hitching, mate. Oh, well. Morena whānau, Dave Mason from the Niche Lifestyle here. I want to thank you for jumping in this morning and watching this Tuesday 9 a.m. here with the brother Moea Niha, brother. Thanks for jumping in and being the second victim. So, bro. So what the format's about, whānau, is just all we're going to do is basically touch on a few things. Moea's going to explain what his accomplishments are. Then we're going to delve into those accomplishments, how he's brought them about, and what makes him tick, what his why is, and then tell us a bit more about his quotes and what drives him. So, brother, your three accomplishments. Playing high-level rugby, bro. Tell us about that.
Yeah, kia ora everybody. Playing a high level of rugby was an accomplishment that probably wasn't a dream of mine as a young fellow. It was just to participate and play. And once you found that there was a bit of, say, talent, you could make a bit of, give it a good nudge. So once that started to develop, started to put the head down and do some hard work, and some of the started making some rugby rep teams at a high level. And
you say, bro, New Zealand Māori League Team 04 and New Zealand Māori Mixed Team Touch Team 04.
Yeah. So that's the league. That was after the Māori League tournament 2004 in Manurewa. They played the Māori League tournament. They selected a team from them. Fortunate enough to make the team, but I wasn't playing league at the time. I was playing union. At that time, 04 was playing for counties and NPC back then, and same thing with the mixed touch. Hadn't played touch for years, and just when you're going to play in the tournament, and got selected through that. And I just think it's just all the hard work from playing rugby and the training and fitness that probably helped get to that next level. Because to be honest, I wasn't really much of a touch player, so having a bit of fitness helped.
Bro, player coach for Redlands Barter Cup team. I was there at their grand final. Huge day for the Muddies, 2013 winners. Tell us about that, bro.
Yes, that was that got how it all eventuated in 2012. One of our good friends of ours, Vinny Te Hau, approached me and he goes, "Hey, bro, we're looking for a coach to coach our Barber Cup team next year," and I was reluctant in putting my name forward, knowing the commitment it takes to become a coach and being at that level. So I said, "Oh no, okay, fine, I'll just be a player." He rings me up the week later and goes, "Pre-season starts in January and you're the coach."
Lord of the knee.
So that's how I more or less eventuated into the coaching side of things for that team. And moving forward, I was really, really lucky to have a lot of support within the players itself that time of year, and the quality of boys. I don't want to name names, but they all know their words. I sat down to a lot of our senior boys and I said, "Brothers, look, I'll be asked to coach. I want to coach it, but with 100% of your backing and your commitment." So we work together and try and bring the club together, and let's give it a good crack. And that was in December. I think we had a chat and we started moving forward, and from that day moving forward, the senior boys brought into it, and it just flourished through the whole club. And that, and like you said, Dave, was probably the first time the club had ever won a senior premiership.
Yeah.
And that was probably the biggest achievement in regards to getting boys together for one purpose, and that was really enjoyable. And with that crop of players at that time and senior leadership, they deserve the credit just as much.
There was a local derby too, eh?
Local derby was against
the Bugs.
The winner Bugs. They're the local derby here in the Bayside, and winner. That was their third final in a row.
Oh no!
That was their third final in a row, and it was the third time that they had come bridesmaids, runners up, and it was the third time they had been in an extra time final. So, yeah, it was a Battle of the Bayside, as we call it. So that was a real achievement in itself. So, like everyone, even though I coached the team, it was a lot of the senior players within that group that really pulled that together for the whole duration. So that was a really proud effort from the boys itself within the club. That was really the biggest achievement for me.
So tell us about now your rugby status. Now, you're currently involved in state level with Queensland Women?
Yep, currently assistant coach with the women's 15s aside the last 2 years at state level. Currently, there's a few of our girls that have been named in the Wallaroos that are going to the World Cup next week. A couple of girls we've known for a long time, and that's probably a good enjoyment seeing those girls go from to state to the next level. Is a big buzz, and currently coaching the Queensland Sevens white team. Yeah, so moving forward, and like I said, 2012 coaching wasn't even part of my thoughts. But thanks to Vinny for pushing me in, and a couple of other friends pushing me to get there.
5 years later?
Yeah, and after those couple of years, started looking, got a bit off the back to young fellas coming through, boys and girls. So don't be selfish and hold it. Try and give it up.
Mean. So, bro, that's about your accomplishments. Just a couple of things. So what gets you up in the morning now? You're currently doing PT, but what gets you up in the morning?
What gets me up is my wife and my son. My wife and my son. I think it's just that responsibility to deliver, and the breadwinner. Just the responsibility that you want to take on. I think it's a no-brainer. And that's what gets me up, to provide the best I can.
Yep. Well, you say to me that you mentioned when I asked you about your why, because all these questions are preempted. I give them out to people so that there's no shocks. When I asked you your why, you said to lead by example for your nieces and nephews. Why is that? Why are they your why? Are they the reason why you get up every morning? Are they the reason why you do what you do with your non-profit stuff?
Yep, I think so. That's something I had when I was a kid. Had someone that I looked up to, close family member of mine that I looked up to, and just by actions and his doings, what sort of put me into this realm I'm in now.
So tell us about the guy that inspired you.
It's actually my mum's first cousin. My mum's first cousin, his name's Charles Madekura. He's passed now. And as a kid, the stories we heard of my uncle, who was a black belt, and he's the most highest non-Asian to get to the highest black belt, and to go to Japan and study the art there. And from a small rural place where my grandmother's from, down in Oahu, and for him to be into the Hall of Fame, New Zealand Martial Arts Hall of Fame, and just everything he done. Just wanted, the stories you hear of your uncle, that's me. Someone you can relate to, leading by example.
So what was it about him though that inspired you? Was it the work ethic? Was it the stuff that he was doing? Was it the fame or the infamy? What was it that inspired you to want to be like him?
The humility of him, and how he carried himself with all that aside with his, what he had done. Then when you come back to the marae, he was just the uncle, but still carried himself with that. It's hard to explain.
The mana
that he had,
the wehi of the man.
The man, and everyone knew what he did, but back on the marae, as you do, come in, just slot in and do your mahi, and just an example of what he did. Really resonated with me and a lot of my other cousins at that time and era. So it was appealing.
So you've got a couple of quotes. Tell us your 2 quotes and why they resonate with you.
Hard work always pays off when talent runs out. we all know, probably have friends of ours that have been so talented, you know, going through school, he got to be an All Black, he got to be an All Black, and it's the ones that really didn't have that much talent, just kept grinding, working hard, do the mahi, end up coming through at the end with when in game scenarios and the tough gets going. It's not the talent that brings you through. It's those ethics, that mental toughness that pulls you through when it's time, when it needs a time. That's one I've always fell back to in my sporting time.
So tell us about that, you know, if that's a key catalyst for you when you see people with talent, and how do you get as a coach, as a mentor, how do you get people to recognise, realise and initiate if it's in them to do? And you can see that natural talent.
Yeah, it's a great question. Come across that quite a lot and with the involvement I'm with in rugby.
And PT?
PT as well as in PT. There's so much talent out there. I think the difference is these days is that the kids are really, they're more, I won't say they're driven from a younger age, and their confidence levels are so high compared to our old days.
Yeah. Do you think the parents have a lot to do with kids being more focused?
Yes, and I do see that with them. Like I said,
what were our parents doing?
That's a good comment. That is a good comment, because I know speaking for myself, coming through sports, good game, boy, I'll see you when you get back. Have a good game, see you when you get back. You know, and they supported me, but they supported us differently compared to how I see it now. You know, parents sit down with their kids, okay, this is a plan, this is what we want to do. Are you willing to do it?
No, I'm the same. I'm one of 8 kids in my family. My parents were factory workers, so there wasn't a lot of money going around. So if I made a sporting team, I had to tahi someone's shoes or boots or something. And my parents, I think my mum come to one game in all the years that I played sport for D grade down in Kaiti school. But anyway, it's got nothing to do with that. But a couple of questions I want to finish off with, and thanks for that. Tough times, like for example, playing, coaching, and with PT, tough times. Tell us about tough times and how you overcame obstacles.
Tough times, wow. Emotionally, as a coach, it's tough when you know your team's got the potential to obviously win a game, and just when it's everything just doesn't go to plan. It's probably tough in regards to you as a coach and things are running through your head. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? What did I needed to do? Did I do this right? Did I do this right? Did I select the right team? Did I do this? And that can play on your head for weeks. For weeks and weeks and weeks. And I think if you're not a coach and it doesn't affect you that much, I don't think
you're not a coach.
You shouldn't be in the role. So just like as a player, you know, you've got standards, and it's happened. You know, it's happened. Lost the game, and you go, geez, what did I do wrong? What did we do wrong? What did I do wrong as a coach? You know, you take that responsibility, and I think you should. In regards to PT work, being complacent. Being very complacent, because it's such an easy thing to do, being a PT. Not easy. Being complacent, yeah, I've got my set clients, sweet, I'm all good. Next minute, they start, I'm moving out, I can't come, I'm going that, and then you see all your clientele slowly drifting, and being complacent at that time, instead of continue on working and trying to develop your business. Really, that was probably a tough time for me back in the day when I first started in it. You think you get these clients, yeah, I'm set. Life happens. They move on. So yeah, those are tough times, really tough, especially when it's your only bread and butter.
Awesome. Okay, what advice would you give your 15, 21 and 30-year-old self?
That last week.
Yeah, anyway.
A 15-year-old. put your head down in your books. I wasn't say I was the smartest, but I wasn't the dumbest. I finished school, went all the way to 7th form.
Because you did say, hey, 5th form was the best 3 years of your life. So
put your head down your books.
Yeah.
And learn. And
why is that a thing for you now? Why do you, given that school or education wasn't a priority then, why is it something you'd be telling your 15-year-old self now?
You know, I'm happy where I am now. I can't change where I am now, but if you put your heads in the book, things could have been a lot better. Not better, you could have been on a different track, more comfortable 10, 20 years ago. That's just for me, and but hey, that's what happens.
Your 21-year-old self, or would you give yourself a
21-year-old self in regards to that time of my life was to more or less focus more on your focus, because I played sports for social side, as we do when we're growing up. It wasn't to go to that next level, and I was just fortunate enough that I did play at that level, and knuckling down and screwing the screws, really put in a good nudge in. Who knows what will happen, and that seen with a few good friends of mine, you know, put the hard work in, and they went on to do really well. So that would have been a good chat to a 21-year-old Moea 2 weeks ago.
And your 30-year-old self 16 years ago?
30-year-old self. Probably grow up a bit back then. Now you're still thinking you're a bit young. But nailing down a 10-year plan at that time was probably the biggest thing I should have done. Had the tools to do it. Knew what to do. I think it just
life got in the way. Mean. Okay, if not a PT or a rugby coach, what would you see yourself doing?
PT or rugby coach? Well, probably be on the tools with the old man. Construction working up in the mines, I suppose. Crane operating or rigging. But you know, that's there. They love it. I don't like it.
No.
Scared of heights.
Fair enough. So, last question. You got hit by a bus, heaven forbid, and it was all over. What would your legacy be? What would your epitaph say? I mean, it'd probably be a big party, but what would your legacy be, you think? What would they say about you?
Oh, hopefully, genuine. Genuine. What you saw is what you got. And I haven't thought of that, bro. But it's a good question. I think being genuine and loud.
The reason why I asked that one, bro, it always shocks people. Like when I ask that question of people, as an icebreaker, I throw that at people sometimes. I could be at a party somewhere and they could be talking about something, and I say, if you got hit by a bus tomorrow, what do you think your epitaph would be? Or, what would your legacy be? And I see some people just stop in their tracks and see this blank look on their face. And I don't know whether I do it to scare them or scare myself, but the answers that come back, you can see people thinking, shit, I don't know. I don't know what people would say or think or do about me as the person. So, genuine, bro, that comes across as pretty, personally for me, I haven't known Moea for a long time, because he is in his 50s. But genuine is definitely a word I'd use. Tackles like he sings, that's something else. But genuine and humble. And personally, most people can relate to. Always feels, makes me feel welcome. Every time I meet up with them. So, whānau, bro, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Obviously, some of those questions, I knew would sort of make you stumble a bit, but that's what these things are designed to do. You know, it gets people thinking about what we're doing and why we do what we do. So, Whānau, thank you for your time, bro. Thanks for your time.
Te wā, thank you.
And look forward to the next interview.
Te wā.